dear all, the weather, as you know, has tried to keep us away from Sarajevo. But both the President, Mr. Hasselman, and myself, were very courageous. We neglected the weather threats, and we are here enjoying your hospitality. As you can see, the commitment of everyone to be here for this very important meeting prevailed. Let me first, as I said, express my thanks again to Sarajevo, in this very historic city. It is in this very same place that more than 100 years ago a war started that engaged all of us. We find ourselves at another crossroads again. Today, we were able to discuss some of the worries and the challenges that we all share right now. The refugee crisis and migratory flows. It's impossible. Well, and of course, on the other hand, the very important issue of the threat of terrorism. Both major challenges that we are all facing today are worrisome, particularly because of the reactions that they trigger. Traveling around Europe, I observe in many countries in our continent an increasing return of nationalism and rise of xenophobia and populism. This is putting in danger, is putting at stake our common European dream and the idea of inclusive and united Europe. Instead of such reactions, it is my belief that we should use these challenges as a catalyst to rethink and strengthen our relationship, both among European Union's member states, and to bring the countries of Southeastern Europe, the Western Balkans, as they are called, closer to the European Union. It is that they know no borders. We share a common responsibility towards people seeking our protection, and we share a common responsibility to protect our own citizens against criminals who target innocent people and the same values of our democracies. There is no time to lose. We need to deepen our unity, cooperation and coordination. That is why we came together here today. Adopted two agendas, one on migration and the other on security. But let me be clear. When it comes to the implementation, cooperation with the Western Balkans is essential and mutually beneficial. We need each other, not just now to face these challenges, but also for the future, to avoid that our societies go back to what used to divide us. Today, we discussed and agreed to move forward and strengthen our cooperation on 4 points. The refugee flows along the Western Balkans route, and there we agreed that we need to slow down the flows and offer more and better shelter to all, particularly with this weather, while informing all neighbours constantly and in an appropriate way. Let me also emphasize that people cannot be refused entry purely on the basis of nationality. Second, on visa-free travel for the Western Balkans. Let me start by saying that no EU member state has requested to activate the suspension clause. But the numbers of asylum applications of citizens from the Western Balkan countries are still too high, And this absolutely needs to go down if we want to maintain visa-free travel. And let me stress here, we all want to maintain visa-free travel and maintain the rapprochement between our countries. Now, on counter-terrorism. Today, all participants endorsed the integrative plan of action of the European Union Western Balkans Counter-Terrorism Initiative. We all have citizens who have left our societies to join the ranks of Daesh, and we can only effectively respond to this challenge together, collectively. Now on firearms, which is also one more sensitive issue. We already have an action plan with Southeast Europe for 2015-2019 on illicit trafficking in firearms. In addition to that, we adopted an action plan last week on the illicit trafficking and the use of firearms and explosives, both within the European Union and outside. Dear friends, the European Union and the Western Balkans are deeply committed to working together towards a shared future. The two hottest issues of today, migration and terrorism, are connecting our fates. It is only together that we can address them. Today was an important day to reinforce these ties, and I look forward to continuing our cooperation. Thank you very much for your attention.